Hey guys, JesterArke here, and we're back in TerraTech. Now, if my voice sounds a little funny, it's because I'm sick. I've been anniversarying and stuff for the last couple of days, and yeah, ended up sick. So did Bale. Anyway, I ended up pulling apart the base that we had over near the GSO trade station. It took roughly forever. And I decided I want to set up a base over here next to the GeoCore station. We're going to do things a little bit different. I did scrap my big vehicle. This is the only one that I've now got. You'll see the little dome-shaped things hanging down near the front. They're actually dev blocks, in development blocky things that I found along the way. They're basically magnets. I have mentioned them before. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to work sometimes. Basically, they pick up items as opposed to harvestable stuff. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get this new base built up. We're gonna go for, as I said, a different approach. So, one thing I was really worried about during this whole time, I'm gonna take advantage of these 5 long blocks. I was paranoid that one of the many enemies around me was going to come and attack. The vehicle that I've got at the moment, it's got a bit of firepower, nothing huge though, and yeah, it's really lacking as far as the battery power is concerned. That was my main sort of thing with it. Wasn't keen for a prolonged fight, so hence the reason I'm trying to get the power up and going as fast as possible. Now I do plan on filling this gap entirely with solar panels. It's going to be a sort of one of those situations where I don't want to have to worry about running out of power ever, no matter what this base is in the middle of doing. So, otherwise there's not going to be there's really nothing else that's going to be occurring this episode. I just want to get this base done and sort of show you all roughly what I had in mind. As you can see, I'm building up instead of lengthways this time. Well, for now, I do plan on well and truly expanding the overall base, probably down the track. I know I've mentioned that I'm going to get around to making aircraft and whatnot, and I still do plan to. I just sort of wanted to give myself a bit of a fresh start, as it were. Get some sort of Goliath vehicle happening as well. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Now, this is an area I've made little guard towery things on the ground, which we've seen in other episodes. I want to see if I can make them raise. As you can see, I'm going for opposing corners on each block, so there's literally one on each side. Now I'll get the shields and repair bubbles going. Yep. Apparently there's been an Empyrean update. Wonderful. I might have to go check that out later. It's an awesome game, and I don't know. I was thinking about doing a Let's Play for it, but I'm not that good at it yet as yet. I'm not saying I'm overly good at this, but, you know, I'm better at this than I am at that. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. Okay. My throat is really scratchy. Even more so than usual, and that's saying something. Get some charging happening. Okay, by putting these, well, as you can see, I'm going for each corner. Means as long as I'm within range of the actual base, doesn't matter what side I'm on, I'll be able to whichever vehicle I've got going will charge. On each of the towers, we're going to go for a repair bubble and a shield. Basically, it's going to be the same sort of deal as when I build my towers, like little guard towers normally, except this time we're going to try and put them up. Get some gruntle guards happening. Doink, 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 doink. I sort of want to get one facing each way to begin with. Although I may have to put, yeah. I decided to go a little bit higher with them. Again, not sure what the deal is going to be. I know I've had issues before placing weapons. Well, it's the same as anywhere. If they haven't got the clearance room, then like for the weapon to move all the way around, then it won't let you place the weapon. If that makes sense, I don't know. I know what I'm meaning to say. It doesn't mean to say that I'm saying what I mean, but yeah. Yeah, you can see on the mini-map all the little enemies moving around. There's a base right there. And there's also a bunch of roaming techs that might give me a bit of drama if I don't sort of get this all built. As you can see, we're trying to go for mortars. I'm going to put a normal cab on the base just so that I can select it as a central tech, or as the active tech. I think I spend more time trying to rotate blocks than anything else in this game when it comes to construction. Yeah, you can see the bigger venture tech just off in the distance there. As you can see, that little base really isn't very far away. I think taking that out is going to be one of the first things I'm going to go and sort of try and do. So I've got the mortars in place anyway, and we're going to put a cannon on each side of the gruntle guard. Assuming it works, the theory is they'll turn to face whatever's enemy is coming nearby and hopefully shoot it dead. Assuming it does work, I don't know, I might build some sort of mad wall thing and put more of them around it, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm loving these Uzis, by the way. You can see high rate of fire, low focus, high recoil. This thing is a beast, is the description. So we're going to put 4 of these on each side of our little tower base thing. Okay. Now we would have seen at the old base I had an area where I could go and drop items off, and the GSO trade facility would basically just grab them straight out of where I had them stored. I'm going to try and set up something similar to that. Once again, the biggest problem I have with it is the tractor pads won't take large items. They'll literally only take 1 to 2 blocks, well, generally just 1 block items. And the trade station won't take items off the... We'll start that again. Am I going to start that again? Yeah, I'm going to start that again. The trade station will take items off the tractors, but it won't take items off the receivers. So you'll see happening in here in a tick. Put that underneath, even though there's no power there yet. See, that item won't move over onto the tractor. Let's put these a bit closer though, either way. I messed up a few times here just trying to get everything where I wanted it. Okay, you see that moves over to the tractor? And there you go, the trade station took it off the tractor, but it won't take it off the receiver. That, yeah, irritates me a bit. One problem I've got here, I need to hurry up and get the steps. I know I've said it a few times, I need to find the step conveyor. Quite often, go there, yep. Quite often when the trade station takes an item off the there you go, you just saw the damage then. Takes an item off the tractor. Because it's got to pull it down, it's doing damage. So I need to get a couple of the step conveyors just to lower the height of that final bit, as it were. Sort of messed up this bit here though. Spit all these out. Originally I was going to put a couple of the scrappers in place, but once again, the fact that A, you can only scrap GSO parts, and B, the conveyors are only going to carry small GSO items, means that, yeah, for my overall plan, the scrappers were sort of going to be inefficient. You'll see I'm about to have a whole lot of issues with scrappers. One thing you don't notice when I've got it sped up, for some reason I just kept having tiny little, 1 to 2 second lags, and that is what kept happening. See, I just spat all them out. I would swear I would have clicked on the conveyor, but for some reason I've managed to do so as it's lagged or glitched up or whatever it did. See, there you go. I just clicked, there we go. Managed to spit out another heap of scrappers even though I had clicked on the conveyor. But yeah. I'm having one of those days. Just doesn't want to cooperate. But that's alright, we'll get it done now. So we're going to go for the standard circular that I always seem to do. Yoink, yoink. As I said, at this stage I was going to try the scrappers in the middle, but yeah, I changed my mind pretty darn quick with this. I do have to look at putting in, what is it, the refinery? The refinery? No, not the refinery, the 4G smeltery thing to make the alloys. Oh, I'm having one of those days. But yeah, I'll look at doing that down the track. Now that we've got the little yes-no gate blocks that you can imprint, it will make it a lot easier because once we figure out certain ingot combinations, we'll be able to set the little imprinty thing to allow only those blocks to pass through. That way we won't have to worry about it getting all gummed up and stuff. But anyway, so we're just going to go standard refineries in here. Just so we're selling the blocks for the higher value. Once again, a bit of a mess up. I don't know why I decided to put a loop in here. I didn't need one. Ended up being just a bit of a waste of time, but yeah. Thankfully I realised it pretty quickly. I do still like the idea of building sort of a tower. Might make some big walled fortress, which would be kind of nifty. There we go. Yeah. It was about here that I realised I didn't need all those tractors. Just the one tractor at the end should be more than sufficient for what I'm trying to do. And there we go, I realised that I didn't need the loop. You need to be able to figure out how to change the view a little bit. I guess that just comes down to I'm still not great at the building, so the camera angles do confuse me a lot of the time still. And you can see how it works there. Yoink, yoink. I'm going to leave the one receiver on the end, just so that if I do happen to pick up a bunch of blocks, I can just go and dump them down that end and they'll automatically get snapped up by the trade station. Though realistically, if I drive close enough to the trade station, they're going to snap it all up anyway, so I don't know, I might end up taking it out yet, we'll see. Yeah, and there's those other bits. This is sort of a heavy modification of the little tractor that I'd made. And there you go. Hopefully you can see through all the bubbles. Got the refining happening, although for some reason it skipped that last refinery, so I'm just going to take it out. The 4 should be sufficient for now. And down they go, getting snapped up by the trade station. And selling for money. Got quite a bit of money at the moment, not a huge amount, but yeah. I need to show you what I mean with the receiver and the tractor down the end and the single blocks. You can see I'm reversing up now, and there you go. They all just got snapped up by the large receiver and straight into the trade station. About the height that I've got it sitting now is roughly where I want to be able to put it. So as I said, for that I am going to need the little step conveyor. Might go looking for that in the downtime. But talking about downtime, it's time for me to go. This is JesterArke and TerraTech. Please feel free to hit those buttons of appreciation down the bottom. And I'll see you guys next time.